Hi, it's Rosie at RoseByNameCo. I hope everybody's doing well today. I've come along for hopefully a tutorial. I've had to do a couple of these envelopes or pockets for my Halloween journals that I'm doing. So I thought I need two more. So I thought I would take you along and just to show you how I did these. They're nothing completely new, but they are really cute to put along into the journal, and it will go into the front of it. So I need about 4 of them because I'm making 4 Halloween journals. This is one of them, and I don't want to show you too much because I don't want to give it away. But I am working on the pages, and right in the very front here, I have a pocket that I wanted to fill with something a little more special. So I think I will put this in here like this. So it will be a pocket that is removable, and you would open it up here. It tied with this circle that I put in with a brad, and then on the inside I'm gonna have a couple of little ephemeras. I made this card here, but it's just some of my scribbles on it, and this one here with a little bit of texture here, a little bit of fibers and so on, which will be a spell to find a lost love in this case. So I just written this up from an old book somewhere with spells, and just did some decoration and so on. Now I did this, I will show you as I go along, with carbon, and I wrote on top of the carbon just so when it actually transposes on here it doesn't look new. Because when you write with a pencil, sometimes or a marker, you see a shine to it. This one has no shine to it, so it looks a little bit more older. Anyhow, so I will make those as well, and this pocket, and I will show you just how I did it in a minute. So this one will go in here. So as I'm going along, I will cut 2 of everything so that I have enough for the both of them for the other 2 journals. And so it's basically just a sheet of paper, which is a cardstock, which I cut up already in that same size as far as the width, and the height is also basically, when you open this up, the same. So I'm just going to use this one as a template to see where I want to fold, and that way they're all kind of the same. So when I'm doing something, let's say if I'm doing a few journals together, I do like to kind of make things that are in the same, maybe just not the same image or color, but in the same style. So that makes it a little bit easier to work with. Okay, so I'm just gonna bend this one right away as well, and I will have 2 to work on. So sometimes you need multiples. You just kind of go along here. So now whatever is going to be the top, I'm going to make the corners round on the top, and that way I just know which way is up a little bit better. Now I'm going to ink them right away, and that way it's all ready for me, and if I need to ink some more, I will ink some more. Look at this little tray I got. It is just the cutest. I love it. It holds quite a bit of stuff, and I got it at a thrift store, and it was maybe probably a couple of bucks or something, maybe like a medicinal little caddy or something, but it's really cute. So I like having it near me to work on stuff. So because this is Halloween, of course, we're going to stain this black. You can do red or purple, whichever else you would like. And I like to do all the corners. Sometimes, even if you glue things into a book, but you don't know yet what you're doing with it when you're making it. So I like to do all the edges, even inside a little too, even though I'm going to cover it with some other paper in here. but just in case. So on the edge over here, I'm going to give it a little indent with my big round hole puncher. So just a little bit like this, just so it's a little bit easier to put things into it and get it back out and so on. So that will just be inked as well. So this was pretty well ready to be embellished. And let me do the other one as well. So this tells me too which, you know, which way is up or down. So I'm not really measuring too much. I'm just kind of eyeballing it and putting it in like that. So that one is done. And just going to ink this as well. I know some people maybe don't like the inking. I do. I don't mind. You know, if you need to ink something, go ahead. I'm really watching the whole thing just more for pleasure even than sometimes, you know, learning something. But I am paying attention to other videos. Lots of other makers out there, journal makers, are doing some really fabulous stuff. So I like watching a lot of the videos, probably like most people do. And, you know, you can always ink more as you need it. And just a little bit on this side so that when you look inside, it's got something. So, okay, so we have these two now inked. And I'm going to move on to put the, it was just brown piece of paper that I have here, which is really, I don't know if it's, I don't think it's a napkin, but it's, you know, the packing paper, and I just shriveled it up like this, and then I put it under a book to flatten it out. So I have a little bit of this that I use here and there. So because I'm going to want this to look spooky or pagan or simple, I'm just going to put this on top here and just kind of maybe use this much of it. Okay, so I'm just going to tear it so that it looks not perfect. We want everything not perfect looking in these journals. They are Halloween journals after all, and things are, you know, wishy-washy. So I'm going to put this over here, and it's going to fold down, and I want some things to come off the edge here and off the edge here. So now as far as putting an embellishment here, really I can use, you know, whatever I happen to have. Doesn't have to be exactly the same idea as I have on this one, but I do have ribbons, a couple of different ribbons in here, and then a little bit of burlap as well. So I'm just going to use this one for these two. And because they're completely white, I'm just going to maybe make them, grunge them up a little bit. Otherwise, I like the way they look like this, so I'm going to put that over here first on each one of them. Okay, so it looks pretty good. And maybe a little bit of, let me see where I have some black ribbon. Okay, I have this. I can put this on it. Okay, so do that. Do that. And here as well, I have this very thin, like organza maybe or something, underneath to just cover the blue a little bit more. I can go with that. Let me see if I want that same organza underneath as well. Okay, so here I have this. I did coffee dyed, I grunged it up a little bit. So I'm going to cut away with this. And I will put some in the back, even though this is sort of about the same thing. So I'm just going to cut it in half. So I have about half for each one. And this one has a bit of extra, so I'm just going to leave that in there. Now, as far as, you know, the size, it doesn't have to be anything particular, just something that's a little bit the same. So right away you see this one, the blue is toned down a little bit, so I like that. Now, I do want some maybe red or something a little bit different to also go. Okay, so I have some red that I will add on here just for a little bit something to make that black pop up, and then I will add the burlap as well. So you can, you know, make this go as far as you want or as little as you want, you know, or as much as you want or as little as you want. So there we go. Now we're going to glue this down and then we're going to sew over it. So I'm just going to, I'm not going to glue a lot. I'm just going to glue a little bit, just so it's a little bit down for me to be able to go over it. I'm just putting a little bit of glue. We're having a beautiful day here today in New Brunswick. I hope everybody else is having a good day as well. And I'm not sure how I'm going to glue this down. I might have to just go right to the sewing with that. Let me see if that will take a little bit at least. Yeah, so I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to go right to sew it down. Okay, maybe something like that. What do you think? Like this. So any which way really is a good way. It's not like it has to be perfect. So I have my machine right here, and I'm just going to go across it a little bit. Okay, so I hope it kind of focuses on that. And I'm going to go right in the middle first so that it makes this stay down, and then I will go around it a little bit. I just want this to go. Okay, I hope that's a little bit better, sorry. And so I'm just going to be quiet a little bit while I sew this down. Have a little bit of noise here. I'm going to try not to hit the camera. Let me see. I can get this down. You know, a little bit of zigzag, a little bit of straight stitch. It doesn't matter really what you're doing. But I do want to have the fabric down pretty good so that I can put it into a pocket. And it, you know, it doesn't come apart. Okay, so that looks pretty good to me. Now we're still going to go around here, but after I put the backing on. So this one is done, just the way that looks right there, and it looks perfect. So let's try this one. I'm not going to glue it down. I'm just going to see if I can go for it. Just put it under the machine, and let's see if we can manage with all the little pieces that I had picked out for this one. Now this one, let's put this one like that on this side. Okay, so let me see if I can go right across first to hold it down. Okay, this is moving. Things are moving. Ha. Of course they will, you know, when you have a lot of things on the go. So let me just get that in here. Let's see if we can do this one. I'm going to go back to zigzag on that one. Okay, good. We got this down. Go this way. A little bit this way. even if the thing, you know, my little arrangement here shifted a little, that's okay. We're gonna go with it. Okay, so I want this more down. There we go. And then go across over here. I think we're doing pretty good. Okay. Oops. So we have 2 of these now. Sorry, I'm really super close, aren't I? So we had 2 of these that we did. 1 for each one. So we have 2 of those. We're going to continue now with the inside of the tops here. Okay, so we've sewn these together, and I'm going to start putting the brown, I don't know, brown paper on it. I don't know what I should call it. But anyways, let me first see if I can just sort of get myself a second piece of about the same size. Let me see, about there. Okay, we should be good with that. And, okay. You might need a little piece. So, let's see. So I'm going to go like this to make it overlap a little bit there. And then, yeah, just like this. And I'm just going to add little bits on the side. But for the most part, I'm going to glue this down. And then we'll continue making the ephemera for it as well. And sewing right around it into an actual pocket. So, let me see. I'm going to put it more to one side, and I'll put some paper on the other side. And you see that it's overlapping a little bit here, which it is. Maybe a little bit too much. Maybe I just want a little bit less of it. And I don't mind if it overlaps here as well, a tiny bit. Sorry, I'm moving the table. I'm moving the table, and the camera is moving on its tripod here. Okay, so that is good. And I'm just going to put a sliver of something else that I have here. So I'm just going to get a little bit of this lime paper. Really, you can choose anything you want. I'm just going to put it over here to cover this, and for it to, you know, look like it's just a little collage. And we're going to sew over the top of that, so that's okay. There we go, like that. And if you want, I'm going to, you could cover that or you can leave it. But I'm just going to put this little funny piece here into that as well. There. So we will cover that, and then we will sew it. So I will do the other one, and then we will sew that. So this is the other one that we did. I'm saying we, like we're doing it together, but you know, in a way we are. So let me see where this one's gonna go. We are, because you know, you're coming along, hopefully watching a little bit right through the tutorial to see what I'm up to today. So I'm thinking October. I don't want to think that the summer is over, but it's getting close to that, that's for sure. And then it's fall time, and Halloween will be here before you know it. I don't know what Halloween is going to look like this year for the kids. I'm sure it will not be the same as what we're used to. But decorations can still go up, so I'm sure that we will do decorations still. People can drive by and see it anyways. Okay, so it looks good like that, because it will come over here. And on this side, we just need a little bit something. So I don't know, any piece of paper you have left over, doesn't matter what it is. So I'm just going to choose, I don't know, something I have sitting on my desk. And should have probably used a new one for a tutorial so I don't have to keep waiting for glue. Let me see, how shall I put this one? Maybe just like that. Doesn't need to be covered, but just for the sake of having something, you know, something different. Now I could use the rest of the paper, or I can even use any little piece of fabric I might have left over here on my desk. Let me see if I can find something in here. Okay, we have this. So, and it's still going to be glued down, so it should hold. Let me see if it'll go in there. Okay, so it'll be like that. So that should be better. And I'm just going to leave this over here as it is. Now, of course, this glue is not holding whatsoever. So in that case, you know, always my trusty fabric tack. I know that it will hold pretty well anything that I have for it. Okay, there we go. Okay, so both of these are now ready to be sewn. On this side, I will leave it just the way it is. And, well, let's do the button on it because I used the brad on it as well. So let's do that before we sew it. I did already cut out some circles and, well, they're in my caddy here. So I'm just going to take them out. And what I'm going to do is, I need 2, but I have cut out more. So I will just glue them together. I will glue 3 together just to make it a little bit sturdy because it's just from like a book page. So I am going to use fabric tack on that because I want it to hold well. And if we can get glue, there we go. So I'm going to put one and then the other one as well. So we're going to have, there we go, 3 on those, and then 3 all together on this one. Okay, so we have, just going to hold it down to make sure that it sticks. And this one as well. My fingers are black from the ink, which, you know, is normal. That happens. And I'm just going to close this glue. And I'm going to just ink around it. And just a little bit in the middle as well to doll it up a little bit. Okay, that's all we need. Doesn't need to be too much of it. And I do need my awl so that I can poke a little hole in it so it's a little bit easier to, I'm just going to find a middle like this, really. I'm not going to worry too much about it or measure. And it doesn't need too big a hole because I'm putting in the little tiny brads. I'm going to put this away right away because, you know, you could leave it somewhere or you can hurt yourself. So don't hurt yourself. Over here I have the little tiny brads, if I can find them. There's one. And I put them in this little thing so I don't lose them because they like to roll off things. And I'm going to put them in here. But yeah, I still need the awl to put in a hole into this. So I put it away just a little bit prematurely. And here too, now it's going to have to, I am going to measure just by looking at where this should possibly be. So it should be at the bottom. About here probably. It can, you know, it can't be too much higher because I'm going to have to put the brad right here somewhere. So where's the middle? I don't know. In about here. And because it's so tiny, keeps coming back out. Okay, but I have lots of these tiny ones, and I was making those flowers, those fabric flowers with them. So I wanted tiny ones, and it came with lots and lots, and then, you know, this came off again. I'm gonna have to, let me see, let's see. I'm gonna have to make sure that, you know, when I sew it, it's still there. Anyhow, so that's one, and it should hold it, right? Now the other one, let me see, whereabouts this one. Hopefully I left enough room. Just, it might even have to go down a little bit. I made this just a little bit longer. It could have been a little bit shorter so that I have a little more room to put the button in, but we'll manage. Okay, so over here, let's see if we can get this in. Okay, so make sure that's flat. And let me see. Okay, we're good. It's a little bit, you know what? I'm just going to go like this and realign it up here. And we're good. So we have these two, so they're about ready to be sewn up. And let me put this away again. Okay, so we're going to sew these up next. So first of all, I'm going to go right around the front of the pocket here, just a straight stitch. I'm not going to talk too much through sewing. I'm just going to let you hear the sound. I'm okay with the sewing sound. So I'm going around twice. Just to make sure I caught most of this here, which I did. And now I'm going to do the bottom part here. And I found another one of these, and I'm just going to stick it inside here as well. And sew it that way. That's one side, and the other side. I didn't sew up this way on the one side, so I'm just going to leave it like that. Let me see. Okay, so there we have this one. That's one, and then let's sew the second one up as well. So let's do the outside of the pocket. And I'm going a little bit crooked, well, on purpose, because I want it that way. And one more side. Okay, so we have this side and we have this side. So now I'm going to sew the rest of it. And we have this little one here, but it's trying to stay inside. And let me just pull it out a little bit. Make sure it stays out. Okay. Okay, so we have two pockets that are now ready for some ephemera for a Halloween journal. So to do the ephemera for this one, I have two pieces that I have added here, and this one, which I have still another piece over here, so I'm just going to tear up 2 pieces of that. These are just black scribbles that I did, and I did them a while back, and I still have some, and I'm going to finally use it. Just going to get rid of a lot of the white that I have, and although the rest of it is really on top of white also. So I'm going to grunge it up a little bit. I'm going to go around with it in red or purple, doesn't matter. I actually have purple here, so let's use purple on this one. And right around the edges. Oh, Georgia. Over here. Georgia, it's my dog. You okay, Georgia? She's laying on the bed here, just, you know, listening to what it is I'm talking about, trying to figure that out. So a little bit like that, and maybe you want to put a little bit of okay, so I'm just inking this purple, and then I'm going to put a little bit of greenish on it as well. And this one too. You know, just mess it up a little bit, that's all, so it's not so white, but I like the white against with black, so that's okay too. And what did I do with the top of this? Oh, here it is. Okay, so this was Evergreen Bow, and now I will make the back of this one, so it is like a journaling card. And so I'm just going to, let's see how much I need for this one. So I will cut out a couple of these. And this one, I just had it, I just finished dyeing this one. It was with coffee and a couple of drops of red food coloring. And I got this nice mauve or pinkish hue on this paper, so I'm going to use that. The other one that I have here is more on the yellow side. So now I need a piece of, just a piece of carbon that I already used up, and I've written on it and the spells that I did for the other ones. So I'm just going to cut that up a little bit so I don't so I can see the edges here. I don't need the rest of it, so I'm going to put that on here. Now I did leave a little bit, I think, here just for a little bit of contrast, so I'm going to cut it just a little bit more, and then just push it right to the top here, and then put this one. Yes, I do like it. Maybe that's why I did it, because I liked it. So there we go. I'm going to flip this one down a little bit, and I will just sew that up quickly. Let me see. I will try to show you. Let me see if it'll just go like this for a second. And we're just going to go around. And I will just vary. I usually just vary between straight stitch and zigzag. And that's usually my favorite zigzag. Really, I could zigzag everything, but I don't want to overdo. It wouldn't be special if I just, you know, zigzagged everything. And over here, okay, I'm going to just glue this down a little bit. Doesn't need a lot of glue, so just a little bit. I'm gonna go right around and glue this down. And just my preference, probably not even necessary, but okay. The edge over here. Okay, it's not bad. Okay, now that's one card, and we can just, I'm not going to bother inking around here. Obviously it's black already, just a little bit on the bottom here. Maybe a little bit on the back. Okay. So even though there's sewing right here, you can, you can still write in the middle and around, right around if you want, because, this is a Halloween journal. So this is pretty well what we got here. Okay, so I have a whole stack of these receipts, and they each have a carbon in it. So I'm trying to use up the carbon just as well. Well, just because I have it, and I have lots of it, so I might as well keep using it. So let me just get this a little bit in this size, but we're going to cut it off a little bit sooner. There, like this. That's fine. And we'll put this on it, and it looks gorgeous. Yes. Let's go with this one. Around. Hopefully you can still see it. And we're going to go to that wonderful zigzag. And a little more of a straight stitch. Okay, I think we're pretty good on it. And we're just gonna make the bottom edge and the back of it. And that's our first piece of ephemera for each of those. Oh yes, let me glue this down a little bit, just because we're doing, cut and paste and so on. Okay, so I have two of these. These are the new ones, and this is one from previous. Not bad. And now we're going to do the second piece of ephemera, which is a spell. So we're going to use a piece of paper and carbon to write this out, and I'll show you how to write that out. Okay, now in order to do this ephemera with a spell on it, I just cut out some basically the same size pieces of paper that I will use. And then I did print out some of the, vintage spells from the internet, and I'm just going to use whatever is the shortest here. And I could use this just as well, I suppose, or print it on coffee dyed paper, but why do that if I can do it myself and have a little more fun with it? So I'm just going to paper clip a piece of carbon right on top, and this is the way I do it, basically blindly. I don't know why, but it comes out, for my purpose, a little more messy, which is what I want. So I'm just gonna cut this off so that I don't, try to write on the side where there's nothing. There's no piece of paper there anyways. So my little caddy here, I did find I was outside putting coffee dyed fabric to dry in the sun. Perfect day for it. And I just went to shift it over and found some little posies that I brought back with me. Okay, so I have a pencil of any kind that you want to use, and I'm going to copy to bind spell. So I'm going to do something similar to that, but not quite the same. I'm just going to put my letters any way I want. And as I write this, I'm going to go over the letters 2 or 3 times, just to kind of make it stand out. And I see it a little bit. I don't know if you can see there the outlines, but not too much. So it'll come out something like this, and this is really what I want. I want kind of double lines and so on. But as you can see, I can probably find a pencil that does the same thing, but I'm just having a little fun. So let's go here. I take your hands in mine. Okay. I take, now these ones I'm just going to write normally. Your hands in mine. And with the string, I will entwine. And with this string. And just to take a little look, that's what it's going to look like. I'm trying to do the E a little bit differently than normally I would, so I keep forgetting though. So more like this. Your powers I'll forever bind. Your powers. Forever. Oh, see, I forgot, so I'm just gonna go like this. Bind from now until the end of time. So let me see how it's going. From now, I need it until this is now kind of together. I might have to fix it a little bit. Until the end of time. Okay, so here I got a word that's a little bit together. So what I'm going to do there is just get a little piece. I could just use just a tiny piece of paper. And I'm going to put it over this one. And that's okay too, because you know, accidents, mistakes happen. So I'm just going to, from now until, so I just need a little space here. Now until, let me see. Okay, good, we're good. The end of time. So now I'm just going to do, I don't know, just some kind of hieroglyphic here and there to make a bit of decoration. Really doesn't matter what it is, just some kind of, you know, some kind of scribbles. Okay, to bind, and a little bit maybe this here. Okay, we're good. We're good with that. So that's one spell. Now I'm just going to go around it a little bit. You know, red or whatever it is you feel like. I hope that was all in frame. I'm not sure. Really, I wasn't watching. I was watching the piece of paper. Hopefully I was actually doing that in frame as well on camera. And a little bit inside as well on the line. Now, what I also like to do is take my pinky and just make some arbitrary little dots to make it a little more spooky. I don't know if that's spooky, but anyways. So that's good. That's our one spell. And on the outside, let me just check here. What do we do? Here I stamped the brains, I guess the head, for a memory spell. And I put a little bit of washi that I had left over on my desk here. So let's do the same on this one. Just because I have some leftovers and I might as well use them up while they're still kind of sticky. That's my grandson coming in, checking up on me. And we want to have some of that tape that I like to use. Let me see, just packing tape, if we can just move it forward a little bit so I can start using a fresh batch here. Okay. And any kind of threads you might find on your desk, which of course I have lots of because I like to use threads. And whichever little things you got, I'm going. So I'm just going to put it here and tape that down. So maybe, you know, if she needs some kind of some little items for her spell, then she has some threads here that she could use and so on. Whoever she is, I don't know if that's you or whoever it is. Anyhow, so this is the back is just for writing, so I can put a little black on it. Let's go put some black here as well. And as far as inside, I don't think it really needs anything. It's already dark enough because also the paper picks up some smudges from the carbon, which is good. That's what we want. So this is our old one. And this is the new one. So now we're going to make one more of these. Okay, so this one, okay, I don't need the scissors. Let's put that away. If I have any space, because if you saw my desk, it is a big mess. So I've just chosen this little part here where I do most of the work and just cleared it up a little bit so that I have some room. Okay. So now let's put this carbon on top of this thing here. And now the kids will play the piano too. You know, anything just to make noise or play some video games, whatever they can, you know, to make some noise for me. Now, let me see which, well, it goes with this video of a Halloween spooky journal. I guess that music, I don't know if you can hear it. Anyways, let me see if I have another spell that is kind of short. A love spell. Yeah, let's do that one. Okay, let's do the love spell. Okay, so let's make that L in a little bit of a, I guess, some kind of frame. We're going to do that similarly to what it is. I'm not worrying too much what it's going to look like. Maybe we'll just do a heart on one side or something. Okay, so we want the letter L in here. Who's that playing the piano? Maya? John?
John.
Hello? I thought it was the kids, but it's the kid's father. Yes. S-P-E-L-L. It's love spell. It's good. It will do. Okay, to find true love. To find true love. To find true love. Maybe that T could be a little bit lower so we can see it better. Okay, we're good. To find true love, I conjure thee. I conjure thee. Okay. Oh, I conjure thee twice. Now let me see, where are we? I conjure thee. I'm the queen. Okay, let's go with that. I'm the queen. under the I'm the queen, you're the bee. Let's see, where are we? You the bee. You're the bee. As I, what does it say? Desire? As I so shall it be. So shall it be. As I desire, so shall it be. Okay. We're good like that. Now let's see what kind of design can we give it. Okay. And down here, I don't know, can I do some flowers on the bottom? I think I need a little bit more down here. Okay, yeah, we're getting it. Okay. Now the top and a little bit in the middle. Let's do the rope a little bit again. Good. And on the top, I don't know, hearts. Yay. But let's put an arrow just so it's not so perfect. Okay, good. Except the arrow. Yeah, maybe more than one arrow. Yeah, like it like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. Whatever. Okay, so it's pretty busy. I think that's enough. The love spell. Now, let's go with purple on that one. What do I do with the purple? As far as inking it. Actually, yeah, let's just go right like this. Yeah. Make it nice and pretty on this one. Right on the crease here and at the bottom. And on the crease on the other side. I think spells, for the most part, you know, they're written maybe hastily or quickly or get something done quickly because, you know, that love spell, it's got to happen sometimes fast, right? I just want to put a little bit more. And I don't know if I have something to make this stand out a little bit other than my pinky, but let's go with it. Okay, yeah, that'll do. And a good one of this one. Oh yeah, I found that one. There we go. Yeah, now have the L a little bit more prominent. And now let's see, as far as her little items here that she's going to use to make that spell work. So we have a little bit of this again. I don't need a lot of it. I don't need the whole thing, so just a little piece. And then some, whatever else I have in here. Okay, that will do. And then I need my packing tape. Put this together somehow a little bit so it stays put. And yeah, there we go. These are her fibers that she's going to use for the spell. And on the back, she can make some notes on it, or to whomever, you know, she's making the spell for. So, these are the items in the previous pocket that I made. Now I want to also, do a little bit more on the inside of the new one. So this is the old one, and these two are the new ones that we just made. So let me just put a little bit more black in it on the inside as well, because this is all wrinkly. Picks up really well. It looks nice. And let's just go a little bit right around it. Okay, that's not bad. So we need one of these. We need a spell. And we need this journaling card here. And we're going to put that together. And so that's one pocket filled with ephemera. And this one as well. This one, we have this one. This one was to bind. And this journaling card. So we're going to put these together into this pocket that I made. Oh, let me, just put a little bit more black on this one as well. And just a little bit more around. Not too much. It's already been inked before. And we're going to put these inside here. So we have two pockets ready for a Halloween journal, or you can adapt these pockets to any which way that you want to use them. Doesn't have to be Halloween journal. It can be anything else as well. Now you can glue them into your book, or you can just use them like that. Put them into a pocket. So for this purpose, this is going to go into my new journal that I'm working on. It is called Spell. So we're going to put lots of spells into this book. So we already have one in here from before that we made, and so now I have 4. Actually, I probably only need 3 because I'm just going to put them in the front pocket. I do have pockets in the back as well, but I think I'll put something different in it. So we have these 2 that I made earlier, and then these 2 that I made now, and then that will fit into a pocket for each journal and be perfect and ready to cast that spell. So I hope you had fun, and hope everything is good with you, and come by again sometime. Be good. Take care. Thank you. It's Rosie at RoseByNameCo. Bye-bye.